The word should, by definition, implies that you have an obligation to complete an action. It also implies that there will be consequence if you fail to do so. Sometimes this may be true, but ultimately it's demotivating. Research shows that we're more likely to be productive when we find work meaningful, not when we're driven by a fear of punishment. What's more, we don't often question the driver behind the should, which could come from many different places. It could be a literal authority figure like your boss. It could also be a social norm or an age-old idea such as say yes to everything. Time out there, actually. Don't say yes to everything. That is an absurd concept. Just don't violate your own boundaries for other people. Don't set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Don't just say yes for the sake of saying yes if you desperately don't want to do something. It is okay to have preferences. It is okay to have boundaries. It is okay to affirm and keep those boundaries. And I know that it's hard. I am crap at boundaries a lot of the time, and let's be honest, one of the reasons I don't have some of my former jobs is because I set boundaries and held boundaries and left when I was having them being, people tried to break them. It's important to have boundaries. I quit a job over an obligation that a boss had for me. She wanted me to do something I found egregiously unethical. It was a financial advisor who wanted me to contact one of her clients who had just became a pastor at her local church, and she wanted me to have this pastor host a financial advising meeting for my boss, and I refused. That was actually the straw that broke the camel's back. When I broke up with that narcissist, I quit. She's the worst boss I've ever had. And not just because of that very unethical thing, but lots of things. But I should have called that client because that was what my boss wanted to do. That was a high priority obligation for my boss. But you know what? It never happened? That. Because I spent 20 minutes calling her out on ethics. Then I took her lunch order and quit. Because why not? Do all of the things. I still had obligations to meet. I still had to take her lunch order, and then I needed to give her my resignation.